Good morning, Tracy. Today is the 24th of April, Friday. Okay, today we'll be going through two parts of the science lesson. First is to go through the yesterday's homework, which is check your understanding, page 47 to page 50. And then after that, we'll go through one lesson on process skills, on the context of the growth of a fungi, growth of mold. And then after that, we will get started on the topical worksheet for materials for today. And that worksheet will probably last us all the way to the end of home-based learning. Right? So let's get started on yesterday's homework. Check your understanding, page 47 to page 50. So what we have here is, let's look at question 1. Okay, study the classification table below. Okay, all these questions are not necessarily materials. They are actually a combination of diversity all the way from term 1 to now, which is material. So it is a combination of topics. So don't think that all these questions are just based on materials. Okay, so let's look at classification. So once again, you forgot what is classification. Classification means grouping. Okay, so basically how I group the things in the table. So most importantly, when you see all these items in each group, find the similarity. Okay, so let's see what's the similarity within each group. Okay, so find the similarity. Okay, find the similarity within the things in each group. So we look over here, we realize that handkerchief t-shirt is one group, magazine storybook is one group, key and paper clip is one group. So you realize that, hey, maybe they are grouped according to the material they are made from. So if we look at handkerchief and t-shirt, we know this made from fabric. And for magazine and storybook, we know it's made from paper, and paper, you know, is from wood. Okay, and then for the key and paper clip, you know that it is made from metal. Okay, so you realize that the classification here is based on the material they are made from. So these two made from fabric, these two made from paper, which is from wood, and these two made from metal. So which of the following object can be classified under group C, which is things that are made from metal? So I want to find the things that are made from metal. So cloth is made from fabric, wrong. Thread made from fabric, wrong. Scissors made of metal, correct. Newspaper made from paper, made from wood, no. So the answer is 3. Okay, so most of you got this right. So it's quite straightforward. Always find out how do they group the objects. All right, so let's go to the next question. Which of the following correctly matches the characteristic of living things? Once again, you know that there are four characteristics of living things, which is all these four over here. Need air, food, and water to survive, respond to changes, reproduce and grow. These are the four characteristics of living things. So you need to match them according to the observation that they make. Okay, so having fins and need air, food, and water to survive, there is no link between these two. So it doesn't having fins doesn't show that you need air, food, and water to survive. So this is wrong. Moving away from the light, responding to changes, correct, because earthworm, they don't like to live in bright places, they want to avoid the dark. So when you shine light at them, they'll move away. So this is an example of how living things respond to change. Okay, so the next one, eating grass can reproduce, no link. Eating grass doesn't mean tell you that they can reproduce. And the last one, having feathers and growing doesn't have any link to. This one is outer covering, one is about character living things. So it's wrong. So the only one that is correct that you want to find, this answer is 2. Alright, so moving away from light is an example of responding to change. Okay, so answer is 2. Let's go to the next question. Alright, so which of the property of material is important when making a chair? So think about it. A chair, what is important for a chair? Okay, if I want to make a chair, I must make sure that the chair is strong. Okay, I cannot have a chair that is weak. If I have a chair that is weak, I sit on it, it will crack, it will collapse. So I don't want that. Okay. Um yeah, so basically a chair must be strong. Okay, must be able to withstand your weight. So when you sit on it, it won't collapse. So the most important thing for a chair is that it must be strong. So the material I choose must be strong. So strong comes from the property of strength. It's not about flexibility. I don't need the chair to float. I don't need the chair to allow light to pass through them. So the most important thing for a chair is being strong, and this has to do with the property of strength. So answer is 1. Okay. So the next one, which of the following is a characteristic for most mammals? I'm talking about mammals over here. So let's look at each of them. 2 pairs of legs sounds correct, but I realize things like fish are things like whales, things like dolphin, they are mammals, but they don't have a pair of legs, so wrong. Mammals don't have feelers, that's insects. Mammals, most of them give birth alive, give birth to a young alive. Mammals have hair, correct. Okay, all mammals have hair. Okay, so this is correct. So the answer is 4, which most of you got it right, so which is good. Okay, the next one, again classification. Make sure you look carefully. So over here, I can see that these are my birds. So once looking at it, I know these are birds. I know these are, on the other side, these are insects. Okay, so another thing I see is that these birds have wings. This is another similarity I see. And then on the other hand as well, these insects, all these 3 insects, they have wings as well. Okay, so this is a similarity. I mean, you can either group them by the animal group, or you can group them by having wings, or yeah, having wings and having wings. Okay, but I know that both of them have wings. Okay, so the animals in group X and Y are similar. Similar means the same. Okay, similar means same. So these 2 groups are the same because they have wings, correct? They have hair, no. Okay, I know birds have wings. These 3 insects also have wings. They have hair, no. Don't have hair, don't have hair. They reproduce by laying eggs. Birds reproduce by laying eggs, correct. Insects reproduce by laying eggs, correct too. And their bodies have outer covering of fur, of feathers, no. Only birds have feathers. Insects don't have feathers. Insects have hard outer covering. So the only one that is correct is A and C. So A and C answer is 1. Alright. Okay, so just study the diagrams. You know there are birds, they have wings, there are insects, they have wings. So they have wings, and being birds and insects, they lay eggs to reproduce. So answer is A and C. Answer is 1. Alright, so let's move on. Alright, so classification. Most of you got this right. So one thing that comes out to you is when you study the objects within each group, look out for a similarity. Okay, so if you look at the button, the glass marble, the basketball, and the ring over here, you realize they are all either round, you can say it's round, or you can say they're all circles. So actually you are classifying by shape. Okay, and of course on the other hand, if we go by shape, all these are rectangular. Okay, I have some of you that say it's square. I don't think this is a square. It's a rectangular or a rectangle. Okay, alright. Okay, keep it simple, rectangle. Okay, some of you say waterproof, not waterproof. This is waterproof in a sense, but some of these things are not waterproof. uh Handphone, I don't think you call it waterproof. This chocolate bar here, I don't think you call it waterproof. Okay, so I only accept by shape. Okay, so what I did here is that I classified by shape, or I group by shape. Okay, okay, so this is how I group them. So I group them by their shape. Okay, so let's go to 7. Okay, so I have a mole, I have a mushroom. So which group of living things do they belong to? Remember, there are only 4 groups of living things: plant, animals, fungi, and bacteria. There are only four groups of living things to learn: plants, animals, fungi, bacteria. So mold and mushroom belong to the group called fungi. Okay, you can just write fungi full stop. Okay, good enough. Okay, I want a similarity between mold and mushroom. Don't tell me they are both fungi. It's actually repeating the same answer. So tell me something similar about mold and mushroom. You can tell me that they reproduce by spores. Okay, that's the more common answer I see. I also see that some of you write another answer which is also correct. Okay, you can say that they feed on dead plants and animals. Okay, I also have a common one that they grow best in moist places. Okay, so I accept all these three. So reproduce by spores is the characteristic, which is quite straightforward. Some of you say they grow on other living things. Try to say they grow on dead plants and animals. Don't say living things. Don't say they live on other living things. Okay, so they feed on dead material, dead plants and animals. And for the last one, please take note. Make sure you write they grow best, because even in the normal dry bread that we see, mold also grow. Okay, so the thing here is that they grow best in moist places. Try to use the word moist instead of wet. Okay, so they grow best in moist places. So these are the three that I accept, which I have marked your work already, so you can check your work, okay, through the class cake. Okay, the last page. Okay, a lot of you have problems with question 8. That's why I want to go through this. I have two strip of material, A and B. A and B are the strip of materials that is hanging between the two tables. They are of the same size and they are placed across two tables. I put one weight on it and then I put another weight on it. The weight is the same. So the key question here is that, is this, okay, let's go back up. Okay, the key question here is that, is this experiment about strength or flexibility? Okay, so you need to ask yourself this question: is this experiment about strength or flexibility? What is strength? Strength with the ability. Strength is whether does it tear easily or not. Okay, does it tear easily? Okay, if it doesn't, it is strong. If it does, it is weak. Okay, so what is strength? Just to recap, strength is asking whether does it tear easily. If it tears easily, it is weak. If it doesn't tear easily, it is strong. So what is about, what is flexibility? Flexibility is whether it can bend easily. Okay, so does it bend easily? Of course, without breaking. Okay, so you have to be very clear about these two keywords. Strength is about tearing, flexibility is about bending, whether it tears easily, whether it bends easily. So in this experiment, are we talking about strength or flexibility? Did I tear this? Did I break this? No, I only bend this. So this experiment is about bending. It's not about breaking it or tearing it. Okay, so a lot of you wrote things like B is stronger than A. No, this is wrong, because I'm not testing about strength, I'm testing about flexibility. Okay, so what can we conclude? What can we say about the two materials? Make a comparison. I know that A is more flexible than B. You didn't even write the material, just say A is more flexible than B. Okay, so so by doing this experiment, we can see that A is more flexible than B because A bends more than B. Okay, just to make sure, let's write that down. You realize that this one bends more, and this one bends less. Okay, so whenever you have a experiment like this, you need to know what you're doing. So this experiment is not about testing about strength. This experiment is testing about flexibility, because this is bending more, this is bending less. So A being able to bend more is more flexible than B. Okay, so most of you got this wrong. So this question is a good question. Please take note of it. Okay, the second one, water is poured onto two ramps covered with A and B. So when I pour water down here, down on A, you realize that the water runs down. So when water runs down, what does it tell you? Means A doesn't absorb water. Okay, so basically I never tell you whether it absorbs water or not. You need to tell from the evidence. So water runs down from A means that A doesn't absorb water, and therefore you know that, which also means that A is waterproof, and that's the property. Okay, while on the other hand, water is absorbed by by B, sorry, which also means that B is not waterproof. So write down whatever you know in your own words according to what you have learned. Okay, so if you want to make an umbrella, if I want to make an umbrella, what should I use, A or B? You want to use a material that absorbs water or a material that doesn't absorb water? So obviously for umbrella, I will choose material A. So answer the question first. Which one would you choose? Answer is A. Okay, so tell me the answer for the first part of the question. Which one will you choose? So I will choose A. Why I choose A? Because you realize that A is waterproof. This is the evidence. And how you know it's waterproof? Because it doesn't absorb water. Okay, A is waterproof because it doesn't absorb water. So why must an umbrella be waterproof? Okay, okay, umbrella needs to be, we all know umbrella needs to be waterproof, but why? So let's explain. Umbrella needs to be waterproof because you need to shield yourself against the rain. Okay, so an umbrella needs to be waterproof to be able to shield against the rain. If not, the rain will get to you. You were to shield against the rain. Alright, so in answering this question, you must tell me first what material you choose, which is A, and then after that, tell me why. Because A is waterproof, because it doesn't absorb water. We can see it here. This is the evidence. Okay, so let's highlight in a different color. Okay, so this is actually the evidence. Okay, we have seen CR method before, CR time before. So this is the evidence, while this is the claim. Okay, and the reasoning is the one at the bottom, and this is the reasoning. Right, so why did I choose A? Because A is waterproof and it doesn't absorb water. We can see it from the evidence is shown in the diagram. And why an umbrella needs to be waterproof? Because it needs to be able to shield against the rain. Okay, protect yourself against the rain. That's why it needs to be waterproof. Alright, so this is the answer for check your understanding, page 47 to 50. Today we'll look at a lesson on process skills involving the growth of mole, and then after that your job will be to complete page 1 to page 3 of the materials topical worksheet. All right, and then we'll go through that on Monday. Okay, see you on Monday.